The market sells off and then rallies as the bulls defend the low. Is it time to start looking up? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so emotions ran high before the market opened yesterday as the market sold off about 2% in the pre-market, and people were talking about flash crashes and levels being broken and 3,500 and all of these different things. While I noted that we could make another low, but we do have strong positive divergence on the 1-hour MACD in our support area. The pattern is coming down into our support area, and we have bottoming signals on the daily chart. When you have all of those things, it's unlikely you will see continued selling to the downside, and we did not see that once the market opened. The bulls proceeded to take back about half of the losses and closed bullishly into the trend line. Now the question is, are the bulls back in control? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, quick housekeeping note. I will not have a video for Friday as I am out that day, so don't look for one of those. This will be my last video of the week. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour SPX chart. I had been doing futures until the contract roll. I've switched to SPX at least for this week, possibly next week as well, just depending on how the chart looks. But it's much cleaner on this chart without that contract roll and the move up. I did zoom out a little bit because back here, so on October 13th, we bottomed, and on October 12th, I said we should be looking for a bottom in the 3450 area. We actually bottomed at about 3490, and then we should be looking at an ABC up towards 4300 from there, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. The issue we had is we thought this would be, okay, so we thought that we would have this being A, this being B. We thought C would go ahead and finish off the pattern. It got to 4,200. We thought it would go ahead and finish to 4,300. But this overall structure from here to here looks like it's missing a high or one more push up. It is not a complete structure, so we would like to see a bigger move up off of this or over this, and that's why we are still looking for that 4,300 area, as many people have asked about. So with that, okay, we barely hit the 618 extension here. Normally, the minimum target is the 764. And since we didn't hit that and started down, it does look like we have a strong potential for this to be wave A, this to be wave B, and wave C to finish up actually closer to 4,400 or a little bit higher, but 4,300 is a minimum target, 4,400 in that range. So we're still looking for a move up here to come back and take out these highs that would take us up toward about the 618 retrace for a wave B in the bigger picture. Okay, so off the high would have been 4,800 or so down to 3,500. Then we get an ABC back up to the 618 for wave B. And then we look for that C wave down toward the 2,900 to 2,500 area. So that's the big picture and what we're looking for. We're still looking for this move up, but there are some caveats to seeing this move. This is not a definite thing. It's not something that I'm saying is absolutely 100% going to happen. I'm saying it's the highest probability count right now. So off of the move down here, you can see this is the bullish or bearish, I should say, trend line off the top. So everything has respected it until we broke through it right here. And then we pushed well above it, came back, tested it, and bounced, broke it, broke back through it, and now they closed right at the trend line again. And it's a pretty key area. What I would expect to see here is actually a couple of different things. So the first option, okay, would be that we still need one more low. Okay, this move down here is very sloppy. Even with the sell-off, the rally back up has invalidated an impulsive move, makes it very ugly. And so because of that, if we do end up seeing a fifth wave down, or one more low for a fifth wave down, one, it targets about the 3,800 to 3,780 region, should not go much lower than that. And it's likely to be a series of three-wave structures on the way down because of the invalidation that we saw. So it's likely to be a choppy move down. If we get it, it would still hold that strong positive divergence on the MACD that we have, which is looking bullish off of its support levels. And then we would look for a pretty strong rally to the upside. So that's one option we have from where we're at right now. The other option is that we're going to make a five-wave move and a bigger leading diagonal for wave one. Okay, this is a pretty clear three-wave move up for wave one. We got a sharp sell-off in two. Look for an A, B, C up in three to about the 4,000 region. An A, B, C down because this is all diagonals in four. And then an A, B, C up toward the 40-50 region to complete that move to the upside, which would be wave one okay, of this potential move, and potentially only even wave one of one, just depending on how it all plays out. If we do get this diagonal move in this three-wave structure up toward the 40-50 area, diagonal sell-off pretty strongly. So you would look for a pretty strong sell-off back toward the 3900 area after that. The final option that we would look at, guys, and I don't like having three options, but because of the overlap and a little bit of the sloppiness here, it is something we need to be cautious about, is it is possible, okay, that wave B ended here, that bigger B wave ended here. So we got A down to here. 4,200 was all of B. It was just a little bit short at the 50% retrace, which is very possible. Okay. Then we'd be looking at wave 1 of C and more likely 1 of C, but 1 of C, 2 of C, and then potentially 1 of 3, but it's a little bit long for 1 of 3, and it wasn't able to follow through, but 1 of 3, and then you'd look for this to be an A, B, C back up for 2 of 3, and then you'd look for a breakdown low and a pretty strong move that you would want to see break 3,700. A break of 3,700 is a very strong indication that we're on our way to the downside to make a new low and potentially to that 2,900 to 2,500 area we've talked about. So that's a little bit of a big picture update as well as a zoomed in, or at least not zoomed in, but a little more dialed into what we're looking at here in the shorter term. So again, our overall expectation is still for that 4,300 level until the bears can prove otherwise. And I think that we could get one of two things tomorrow: a strong gap up over that trend line in this wave 3, or a rejection that gives us one more low and then a stronger move higher up. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, the NASDAQ is a little bit of the canary in the coal mine for the bears, and the fact that, yes, it is 130 points lower. We do need to move that down, as it did have a kind of fake gap up on the contract roll. So we do need to move that down, but it's climbed pretty high up into this wave 2. It's got a bullish structure, and it is looking for continuation here. So if the NASDAQ was to continue in the upside, we would look for a pretty strong move here up toward the 13,000 area. Then we'd look for a pullback toward the 12,700 area and a push higher up into the 13,250 area. So the NASDAQ is trying to give us a strong bull breakout, and it does have positive divergence as well, and it has fired off of its bottoming signals. So there's a lot to believe in the bullish side of things for both ES and NASDAQ. Now, can the NASDAQ make another low? I don't know if it's going to make a direct low unless we are in the overall sell-off, because it is handling or holding up so well. But we could see, okay, a move down and a deeper pullback here as a ABC, and then see it explode higher in wave 3. So you'd have a wave 1 up, and then you'd have a little bit of an expanded B, and then C down. If the ES goes down to make it low, it'll come down with it a little bit, and then the move higher from there. So overall, we're still looking up before down unless the bears can prove otherwise. And until then, we'll be looking at the higher targets. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, because I want you to get in there and make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. Okay, we just started our training series, and our first training series is our Elliott Wave for beginners. You can see all of our videos here that we have for it, and you can learn Elliott Wave the way I teach it, and that is included in both membership plans. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. Something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We have a couple different options here as the action is a little bit sloppy. We could see this diagonal play out to the upside that we highlighted. We could also see the bears make one more low before we start higher. That would be ideal for me, as we could get a much cleaner structure that way. But with all the positive divergence and bottoming signals, I don't think or necessarily think we'll see that, but it is possible. And then we always have the potential for a bigger ABC toward that 4,000 area, and then the sell-off that would break 3,700, signaling we are on the way down. Over on the NASDAQ, as I said, kind of the canary in the coal mine, is held up very well in this pullback. It is in a bullish posture as we speak, so we are looking for the NASDAQ to have a potential to break out, but they could also make a deeper wave too if ES needs to go down and make a lower low before that. I don't think NASDAQ makes another low unless we are going down to and the big sell-off toward the 6,000 to 5 to 7,000 region on the NASDAQ. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.